and welcome to Business Sense. I'm Ralf Rivas. I'm here in Santo Tomas, Batangas in the new manufacturing facility of Mega Prime Foods, the company behind Mega Sardines. Newly appointed CEO Michelle Tiu Lim-Chan gives us a tour and even shares her story about how their family business grew throughout the decades. She even shares her insights on key issues including inflation, sustainability, and even artificial intelligence.
So this is the viewing deck. So we will start with here. This is the receiving area of the fish. So what they do is they grade the fish first. So grading. They want to separate the medium, the large, and the small. So at least they can do it in cans. So consistently. So yeah, it goes through the flight conveyor. And then it goes down to the knobbing machine. So it's called the knobbing. The knobbing is a machine that removes the head and the tail and the gut in one action. So we have that knobbing machine that is coming from, I think, European to eh. So yeah, and then after the knobbing, when they finish removing the head and the tails, it goes to the filling line ngayon dyan. So they fill it and put it in the cans.
Well, you mentioned, di ba, na in 15 hours dito.
Yeah.
From catching to canning.
So yan yung fish. Oh. Look at the fish. It's ano siya, silvery pa siya. Ang ganda pa niya. Maganda yung ano niya. So it goes there. The cans will be fed from upstairs kasi our cans storage is upstairs. So automatic siya bababa.
So not everything can be mechanized, di ba? Parang may mga tao pa rin dun sa along the lines.
So this one is the filling line. If you can see, it's mostly people that fills it. Why? We have tried a lot of mechanical things. Hindi talaga siya kaya kasi iba-ibang sizes ng fish, iba-iba yung texture. So human pa rin talaga maganda na naglalagay kasi they mix it all together. Hindi lang siya one size fits all.
So they ensure na all the parts that are supposed to be in a can, nandun.
Right. And talagang enough fish. Kasi important sa atin, sa mga Filipino, there's enough fish in each can.
Tsaka mahirap yan kapag nagva-viral yan, di ba? Usual kapag,
minsan.
Walang laman, sauce lang yung lahat. o dalawa yung ulo.
Yan ang binabantayan namin. Kasi if we have that mechanical filling, sometimes yung machine hindi nila nalalagyan. So, that's why we opted talaga for manual filling. But we're still experimenting, we're still innovating kung ano yung kailangan gawin para at least to make 100% sure na.
And again, ayun, halimbawa ito, marami pang vacant areas. So ano bang purpose?
So for future expansion, kasi if pag dinikit-dikit natin siya, next time we don't have any space for the automation or pag meron tayong bagong machineries that can help us with the filling, so talagang may space siya. So after the filling, they go through exhaust. So exhaust is like the first cooking, which is 15 minutes. So 15 minutes siya dadaan ng exhaust fan para to make sure that the fish is cooked. Tapos may decanting, meaning tatanggalin niya ngayon yung sauce. Kasi syempre when you steam it, lalabas yung sauce. So yan, removing extracted oil, blood, water during exhaust. And then so sauce filling na siya. So when they fill the sauce, automatic seal na rin nila ng simmer. So, para pagdating sa naka-seal na siya, hermetically sealed siya. So, hindi na siya papasukan ng any bacteria. So, after ng filling, we go through the, retort already. This retort, which is, you can see there, the big vessels there, yan yung nagsa-sterilize ng cans. So, it can last 3 years without any preservation. Wala kaming nilalagay na any preservatives.
It's because of the can.
This retort lang that makes it hermetically sealed. So, yan. So, if you can see, medyo maganda yung mga machineries, mga stainless, to make sure that, yung sanitation, tsaka yung longevity ba ng product. So, and the equipment. So after retort, na siya, mag-coding, tapos cooling, labeling. So, depends. Kasi ngayon, yung mga red and green natin, lithograph na. Wala na siyang label. para nakaprint na siya, which
Okay.
is better. But then, there's still other products na kailangan ng label. So, yun.
I can imagine the kids no, na magtutour
Yeah.
dito. Parang mag-enjoy and it's something that they'll never forget. Parang
Yeah.
core memory.
Exactly. That's what our objective is. Para at least meron rin sila mabigay, when they go home, bibigyan rin namin siya ng can of sardines para at least bigay rin niya sa parents sila. And, para sila yung attestation na we have very good quality, di ba? Very good products. So, let's go in the production line where you can see how we do it and process it. We have to put on a gown and our boots to make sure that we are clean. So, we have to put our cap. So, we are now here in the Mega Sardines production line in our new plant, Mega Prime Foods Incorporated. So, let's go. So,
Pero
yan,
oo.
our fan, yan yung cooling tower, yung fan. Kaya malamig eh.
Oo.
Kasi it absorbs all the heat. That's why it has to be vacuum para So these are future lines. So expansion, pag gusto pa natin mag-additional line. So that's considered one line. So we can have 2 more lines here. So yan, when we receive it, there's a lot of ice. Yan sila, yan yung mga nagde-deliver. Yan, so ice. Nilalagay nila dito, dyan, para maging ito yung natin sorting machine, nakikita mo may rolls of, nag-roll, nagkaano siya, kung malaki siya or maliit, maghihiwalay siya. So yan yung, grading line. Yan yung machine na nag-grade sa kanya. It uses parang vibration. Yan, this is the knobbing machine.
Ayan. Okay ako. Sige, game. Sige, game.
Gagayahin kayo ni sir.
Anong gagawin ko?
Okay. So, lalagay mo
Ano
yung head. Yung head dapat,
Yung ulo.
yan.
Ganon. Ganon din yung ulo. Tama ba yung ginagawa ko?
Ikaw rin.
Magsabi ka lang ate kung mali.
March, paano ko siya
Tama ba?
doon?
Paano kung malalaki masyado?
So, nandito.
So bawal.
Gagalaw yan.
Okay,
Yan.
okay.
Gagalaw na. Tapos, kailangan mabilis ka.
Ala,
Kailangan mabilis.
talo na ako. Ang bilis ni ate, hindi ko kaya. Paano mo ito nagagawa ate? Napakabilis
Hindi,
mo.
kasi marami naman siya. So, basta, kailangan may malagay
Kailangan
siya.
dalawang
Pagdating
kamay.
doon sa dulo, sila na yung magpipiliin din. Yan.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so this is the first part of the Sardines Museum. So Henry is here. He's the head of marketing and
Hello.
head of this one. So this is the area where the students will be introduced to the AVP from the catching to canning. So, and then after we go to this area. So this area is a fishing area where this is how we catch the fish in Zamboanga. So this is the fish pond. And magkakaroon sila ng activities here, no? Activities for the kids. Para at least
Oh,
meron silang
nako,
hands-on.
Mag-e-enjoy.
Ito, kinetic sand.
So they will go up there para at least they experience the fish and the nets and how they do the catching. So here, may history mga awards natin, no? Yeah. Tapos dito, this is our fish bins. So this is how we process it. Yan, mga fish na parang tuna.
Mukhang
mga
totoo
tamban.
talaga.
Oo. Ganyan ang ating mga tamban. So very, very fresh crop na process na natin.
So, how long, halimbawa pag huli, how long bago siya malagay sa lata?
Sa Zamboanga, within 12 hours. Here, mga 15 hours. Kasi the trucking from Bulan is around 12 hours, 10 to 12 hours. So, then we process it.
Hindi talaga, hindi 24 hours yan or more than?
No, talagang we process it fresh. That's the secret to our quality. It's really the fresh fish. So, we make sure the fish is fresh. We put a lot of ice. We preserve it. We put some salt and ice. So, talagang preservation. Very key yun. Kasi sa sardines, mabilis siya mag-degrade because it has a lot of oil. Diba? May omega-3 oil, which is good for our heart. Ang dami nito. Kaya very good food to. It's a health food. Mga kids, dito na sila para so, pwede sila mag-program dito, that part.
Ito.
Tapos pwede sila mag-picture dyan sa mga boats. So, picture area. Yan. So, these are, kasi may different kinds of boats. May catcher, carrier, skiff boat, light boat. So, the light boat is the one that gives the light para pumasok yung fish sa kanya. Tapos, this is the processing. Yan.
Tapos ito, yan.
So, dyan, pwede sila
dahil hindi sila pwede sa ano kanina, sa pinuntahan natin.
Kasi pwede sila mag-gown,
Bibigyan
mag-hat.
sila,
Tapos yun. Actually, may mga conveyors pa yan tinatapos pa nila yung mga kagaya niyan. So, at least ma-hands-on nila na pwede nilang gawin yan. Yun. Tapos dito, parang yung mock filling, yung mock-up na mag-filling sila dyan. Pwede yan tanggalin. Parang ganyan. Parang yung ginawa mo. Mag-fill sila, tatlo. O, ganyan.
So, Michelle, Mega has been here for a while already. One of the most, the staple na pagkain ng mga Pilipino. So, tell us more about the company's history.
Okay, we started as a fishing company. So, for 20 years before, fishing lang talaga ang ginagawa namin. So, we sell our fish to the other canneries. But, 1999, when I came back home, we started the brand Mega Sardines. But I'll tell you a brief history of our fishing. Kasi it was a hard journey rin. Kaya, it's worth to note. During that time, when my father started the fishing business, there was a time where the typhoon hit the areas where the boats were there. So, nangyari, out of 4 vessels, 3 were operating. 1 was in dry dock, meaning under repair. And unfortunately, the 3 sank because of the typhoon. So, we were left with 1. So, that's a very hard moment for my father and my mom. Kasi nga, they didn't know what to do if they will go through it or just close it. And then they talked with our people, with our captains, and they said, we have to rebuild and we have to go through it. That's why from that time onwards, I think that was 1980 plus, from now, at least medyo marami na, from 1 vessel, now we are at 88 vessels.
Wow.
So that's how the mega fishing started, the fishing side. Now the sardine side, so when I came back from my university, my dad said that we have to start our own brand. Why? Because when we sell our fish to the other canneries, they try to put down the price so much that you cannot, recover anymore. So we built our brand and we put our canning plant where the fishing ground is. So it gives us a competitive advantage of being fresh. So kaya yon. So that's why Mega Sardines came about. And then after 2 years, we launched our very first advertising with Cesar Mondano. From that, dire-diretso na. But we were also faced with a lot of hardships when we entered the market, because a lot of people are saying that the brands that we have at that time, there were 26 brands, and these brands were very strong. So they discouraged us to go into it kasi nga, sabi niya, malulugi lang kayo. But then we had our purpose, we had a very good quality, we have our competitive advantage. So we were very confident. So we were kept on pushing and pushing. So yon, medyo maganda naman because of the Filipino people. We give them value for money for our mega sardines. So after 15 years, we have gotten the #1 sardines brand in the Philippines. So
Market share.
yeah, number one Philippines. So the most market share. But our target now is to be the dominant #1 in the Philippines. So yeah.
Crushing the competition.
Yeah. So at least we give the Filipino people talaga the best quality that we can offer. That's what the promise of Mega Sardines is. So this is our Mega Sardines Museum where the kids can come and do their field trips. So we tie up also with Department of Education and also Department of Tourism para they are able to come and visit us.
Yeah, so interesting kasi hindi naman lahat ng, planta may ganitong museum. So bakit mo naisip na to have one like this?
We wanted it for the Filipino children para at least alam nila that we have a brand here in the Philippines that is Mega Sardines with world-class quality. So parang proud rin sila naman sa Philippines, diba?
And of course, they'll get to have an idea
on how we can it and the freshness and the quality of our Mega Sardines. So that's really good for them to appreciate it. Para at least pag lumalaki sila, they know Mega Sardines already.
Itong 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 na barko. Ano ba tong mga to?
These are our vessels, different kinds of vessels. So meron sonar, may carrier. So these are our vessels. And we put them there para pwede sila mag-photo shoot. Diba? Parang nasa vessels rin sila. I invite you to come to Zamboanga para makalakay kayo sa mga vessels. Like these kinds of vessels. These are our vessels that are available. We have 88 of them in Zamboanga.
And usually, ilang months yung
They're out there for 9 months. So, nagka-catch lang sila that only the carriers go back and forth to bring the fish. Yeah, pero 9 months sila nandoon.
Tough job.
Kaya nga, yeah, we always visit them and they're very happy when people go visit them.
So, bakit dito sa Santo Tomas, Batangas? Out of all the places here in the Philippines, why set up here?
Well, kasi Santo Tomas, Batangas is a very strategic location. So it's very near NCR, which is where our main office is. And it's also very near the fishing ground, which is Sorsogon. So we buy from a lot of fishermen there and bring the raw materials here. So very strategic siya.
And any projections, mga ilang syempre may opening dito. I mean, it's still you're still constructing, not everything is finished. So mga ilang jobs yung ma-generate?
We expect to employ 1,000 employees, but it will still grow because we will add more lines and add more new products. So it will still grow.
So any particular features in this plant na wala doon sa Zamboanga?
Well, the main part, one, is the Sardines Museum. So we have a very good Sardines Museum here where the kids and all our tourists also and adults can come and visit and go around the plant. They can also do the experience, meaning they can go down the plant and experience how to do the canning and experience also the catching in our museum.
Now, as the newly appointed chief of Mega Prime, any memorable lessons or moments throughout your career since you started here in the company since 1999, di ba?
Yes.
So any key moments na parang nakita mo or naisip mo na parang, uy, may natutunan ako dito?
Actually, I've been here for 23 years. Just right after college, I came back and helped my dad. June 1 will be my 24th anniversary. We've been doing this for a long time and I've handled a lot of departments all throughout the company. So I know what we have gone through, the hardships that we have gone through from the start. But the most defining moment really is 2015 when we received the #1 sardines brand in the Philippine market. So that's a very good achievement for me. And what I learned there is, nothing is impossible. Because before we started, people kept on saying, no, you cannot go into that because the competition is very strong. But we kept on pushing and pushing, and in 15 years, we were already the #1 sardines brand. So that's a very good defining moment for me.
Siyempre, maraming sardine brands dyan. And Filipinos can tend to, may paborito sila na go-to na brand. So how do you nurture yung ganon na parang kayo lang yung go-to? I mean, is there a formula for that?
Well, actually, the first one is really quality. We make sure that our quality is very, very good. So we start with the fish, since we have our own fishing catch. So we make sure the fish is very fresh. So that's why, for us, we give to the Filipino people the best quality of sardines at a very affordable price. Yun talaga. That's our main competitive advantage.
Now, of course, this is a family business. And in 1999, you were in what? Sales, if I'm not mistaken,
Yeah.
diba? So, kasi ako, for instance, or any ordinary Filipino would think na kapag family business, ikaw na talaga yung susunod na magli-lead and madali lang yung journey for you kasi this is a family business after all. Would you say na is that an accurate description of your experience or not?
It's not like that with our company. I started in developing the brand when I came home. I started because we were fishing company, and then my dad was there to help me start the brand as well and also develop all the systems. But when I came in, I just wanted to help, and it developed to be a bigger company now. But the hardships, as I've mentioned before, it was really hard. So I didn't expect to be, or I was not entitled to be the leader, but I worked hard and I experienced everything, and I proved to everyone that I'm deserving of this title. So,
And now you're on top of being CEO, you're studying in Harvard. So tell us more about that experience. So paano to? Lumilipad-lipad?
yeah, actually, it's a 3-year course. It's called the Harvard OPM, Owners President's Management Course. It's a very, very good course because it's a course that my father has taken last 2015 when he was 65. So it's a very good course because I get to meet a lot of people from different sorts of places, and they have different experiences. And what's good about it is they mentor me. I ask them what the best practices are, and they give me advices and give me we have constant communication, and if I have any problems, they tell me what to do, and that just gives me a sense of where we are in the world, because sometimes we think, oh, we are very good already, but there are other bigger companies out there that really can help us.
So, what's the hot issues there ba? Overseas? Anong pinag-uusapan? What are the buzzwords or hot topics?
Yeah, actually, I just came back from my second year, which is it was in January. So, ang hot topics talaga doon, everybody's talking about AI. All of them are, even my courses, we deal with AI and talk about it. And see how it will affect our future and all the jobs that it will affect in the future.
So you mentioned artificial intelligence.
Yes,
So anything na i-apply mo dito in the coming years or in the coming months even?
Actually, we're looking into it. We've already talked to a lot of AI companies. And we are planning to do the fish predictability report for the AI to see if we can predict where the fish will be. So at least when we do our catch, it will be more efficient.
Of course, there are fishing grounds, di ba? Ano ba, mahirap ba na parang, oy, wala yung isda dito, or how do you...
Yeah, it's actually difficult. That's actually one of the problems of in our company because of the fish availability and stability. Because sometimes you can catch a lot today, and tomorrow you will not catch any. So that's the problem with the supply and demand. So, and also the manufacturing sense, there's a problem because if there's no fish, there's no manufacturing. So that's where we can use AI to make sure that we have stable supply of sardines. But again, sardines is a fishing is a seasonal product. So it's also based on what is available on the sea. That's why we have to take care of the environment. That's why we do the 3 months fishing ban for sustainability, to make sure the fish grows, spawn, and grows. So, yeah.
So can you describe to us what sustainable fishing looks like? Kasi especially now with the advent of climate change, it's such a, I mean, we're all gonna suffer if we
Yes.
don't take care of our planet. So what are you guys doing to help? And any observations na talagang you can really say na, oops, this is an impact of climate change na talaga?
Well, we've been fishing for 48 years. Fortunately, the Philippines is really blessed with a lot of fish. And for us, for our sustainability, number one is we adhere to the fishing ban for 3 months. We really don't go out in the sea for 3 months to make sure that the fish have time to spawn and to grow. So that's one of our sustainability efforts. Second is we have a new program. It's called the Mega Ocean Cleanup, where we will task our boats to come and to go there and come back with the trash on the sea. So we collect the trash in the sea and come to make sure that the seas are very clean. So we bring them back and throw it in the garbage. So that's one of the sustainability efforts. But aside from that, we also have energy conservation. We have solar panels. So we have a lot of trees also, that in Zamboanga, we have around 40 hectares of trees.
Now, would you say that sustainability, pushing for more sustainability efforts can be, I don't know, more masakit sa bulsa? Or ano bang, I mean, of course, I think that's the issue sometimes, di ba, na shifting the mindset for one, and of course, the spending to spend more for, say, solar or something like that. Would you say so, na, or sulit naman?
No, I think it's worth it, and I think it's part of our responsibility to do it. So even if we spend a little more, as long as the world is better, then it's fine for us.
Now, another issue, of course, inflation. Mahal na ng bilihin. Ako, nag-grocery lang ako the other day. Talagang nagulat ako, parang ito na lang inabot ng pera ko. Now, what about Mega? Is the company also feeling the pinch of inflation? And what are you guys doing about it?
Well, definitely, we are feeling it. It's a worldwide problem. The inflation is a worldwide problem. But for us, we don't want to pass the burden to our Filipino people. So we try as much as possible to not increase our pricing. So as long as we can hold it, we will hold it for the Filipino people.
But there's also an issue, di ba, yung suggested retail prices and sardine companies demanding for a little more. Kaka-approve lang ata ng DTI, di ba, ng increase. So, any thoughts on that?
We adhere to the SRP, the suggested retail price. We don't have any problems with that for the SRP. So, we follow it, no problem.
Now, you taking the biggest role there is in a company, now, what's the future? And of course, natanong ka na rin ng mga reporters when during the inauguration here with President Marcos a couple of a month ago, di ba?
Yeah.
So you were asked during the sidelines of plans for an IPO possibly. So are there more details now?
So before IPO, we plan to continuously grow the company. So we will make sure that Mega Sardines will be dominant in the number one in the market. That's one. Number two, we plan to produce more products. So introduce more new innovation, new products to make sure that we can give the Filipino people value for money products that they deserve. And we also plan for mergers and acquisitions. So if we can buy some other smaller companies so we can leverage and make them bigger, that's one. And
What
the
type
last
of companies?
depends on, like, food companies. You know, if they need help with marketing, we have a very good marketing team. We have a very good network distribution. So if they need help, they can come to us and see how we can do mergers and acquisitions. And we also, and the lastly is really the IPO, but again, it's still not sure. It's an IPO able, meaning we want our company to be transparent and we want our company to be, to have governance to make sure that we protect the stakeholders and also our employees. But I think we will be ready in 3 years' time.
Okay.
So hopefully, but I don't want to say it definitely, but it is one of our plans.
But of course, I'm gonna challenge that a little, no? Why push for IPO? Kumikita na kayo. I mean, kasi especially now with the markets,
Yeah.
talagang, di ba kapag nag-IPO, medyo yung ibang stocks medyo battered. So why risk that?
A lot of people have been asking me that, but for me, I want to share our company with the Filipino people and also our employees, because sila yung naghirap rin for this company. So at least we lift it up, and at least they can be part of the company. So yeah, in the public as well.
So again, Michelle, thanks so much for your time. I learned a lot. Thank you for showing me around. This has been my first time sa pag-tour dito, how sardines is made. So again, and best of luck. And in 3 years, usap tayo ulit on your or possible IPO. Hindi pa
Thank
sure.
you, and it's our pleasure to have you here.
Again, Michelle, thanks so much. And I'm Ralf Rivas. This has been another episode of Business Sense. Thanks for watching.